Hello everyone, welcome back. I want to do this little driving vlog because fortunately my internet suck at home, so it takes a very long time to get these videos out to you guys, and these are a little bit faster, and I figured, hey, why not share some funny stories that I have experienced over time with you guys, and you all can laugh and enjoy. So anyway, just trying to navigate this little traffic. Today I finished with the car stuff. I was able to get closer to pulling the subframe, so I'm happy about that. I got the brake lines off, got all the other stuff that I need to get off. I was able to loosen up the drive shaft bolts. I got stuff pretty much ready, so the next time I go there I just got to remove the subframe bolts, as well as the exhaust. I'm gonna cut the exhaust, and then from there it's just dropping that bad girl and hopefully praying that it's nothing too catastrophic. However, I have been preparing mentally as well as spiritually. I've been watching a lot of videos in regards to how to weld, and I know it's different than watching it and actually doing it. I don't have a welder, and welders are expensive, at least quality ones, and I'm just trying to find out what would be the best scenario for me. If it's not too bad and I know a friend of mine who has a welder who can weld, I'm like, yo, can you do this? I might try to see if I can give you something. I'm broke. I try to see if I can give you a little something to help me out. But at the end of the day, that is what I'm going to do. I still see the little holes, the metal's still solid, but the theory and the way to fix these things are good. And they're in spots where I don't need to be a professional to really make a super difference of the car. And by spots I mean not only the subframe thing, because I want that to be nice and solid, and thank God the top part is solid, and just the bottom part needs a little adjustment. I'm talking about the little patchwork I need to do, like on the like the rocker panels and the trunk and all the other little spots that need to be addressed as far as rust is concerned. Those things I feel I can navigate once I get a kind of high idea of how to weld and get the proper puddle and all that other stuff like that going. I'll be alright. So anyway, enough of that. I wanted to talk to you guys about knowing the importance, pretty much, and I mean most of you guys who are watching this video are in the BMW E28 forum, so I'm assuming you guys have some idea of working on cars and doing things with your car, you know what I mean? But the importance of knowing the basics and knowing stuff about your cars, because this industry of automotive, mechanics and just in general, people try to beat you in the head all the time and try to get one over you all the time. So when I was younger and I had my car, I was into cars. I was into like fixing them, and like I said, I did basic stuff, like maybe like a little tune up here and there, not that extensive, maybe like changing a windshield wiper, changing a flat tire, or changing my brake pads and stuff like that. As I got more comfortable, I was doing more and more and more, and I was feeling all right, but I still didn't understand the theoretical part of it, like how to make cars faster and turbos and different things of that nature. So don't mind the hair. I'm getting a haircut tomorrow. 2 months, man. I'm sitting 2 months with this. I gotta get fresh, man. I gotta look crispy. Anyway, I was trying to figure out, so like I told y'all before in my other vlog, when I had my Jetta, that was my first car. The major work was done by the mechanic shop, and I had them do it, paid the money for it. But the dreams that I had to make the car fast and cool, and that was on me. So when I took my car one time for service, I had electrical problems, and a lot of like them, VWs always had electrical problems. I took it into the guy, and I heard this guy drive by. I think it was like either a GTI or maybe a Civic. I know there's like two different sides of the coin, but I'm just saying it was a hatch. And he came in with a nice exhaust note and a nice kind of like turbo flutter. I was like, yo, man. I told the guy who was a mechanic, I don't want a car to sound like that. So I'm thinking that you just change the air intake and you put a muffler on it, that's it. Not knowing that there's more to it than that. And the guy said, yeah, give me $600, I can make your car sound like that. I was like, oh, well. I didn't give him the money, obviously. I was getting my car fixed for other reasons. But I say that to say, like, those are like little things that people pick on when you go to these places. Like, oh, this kid don't really know much. Now let's try to take advantage of the situation. Some people are like that. Forget about the Jetta now. I'm done with that. When I got my Civic, now it's my second car. I'm a little bit older now. I got a little bit more money. Car looks cool. I was all into, aesthetics. So I had like my cousin when he sold it to me, he had like the little windshield wiper nozzles, had the little glow up lights, and I was like, yo, that's cool. I want to change. It's purple, so I want to get pedals to match. So I went to this spot. It was this place near where I used to live called GB500. I don't think that exists anymore. And I bought this pedal set from them for $40. And I had it, and it's supposed to be like you connect the one wire to ground and one wire to a positive source, a 5-volt source, something like that, and you flip a little switch and boom, you have your pedals. And I took it to this place in Brooklyn. I went to college in Brooklyn, so I went to City Tech. So I was over there, and I took it to this place, an automotive place, and they did like an alarm system. And I asked the guy, and the guy was like, yeah, man, for us to do it right, man, we're going to have to pull the dash down and do this. It's going to cost you $150 to put this on. I was like, $150? But me, I ain't a clown. So I was like, you know what? $150, that's a lot of money. I said, it doesn't make sense for me to spend $150 for a $40 thing, and in the back of it says easy to install. So what is he talking about? So I just left it alone, went about my business. So there was another place in the mall, Green Acres Mall. If you guys are New Yorkers and live in Queens, you're familiar with that mall. If not, it's a mall that's in Queens, and there, kind of Queens, Long Island-ish. It was a Goodyear there, and they used to do automotive stuff and like custom stuff too. And I asked the guy, like, how much? Yo, it's like $40. I was like, that's more like it. Put it in there for me, it's good to go. Another time with the Civic, I went to get an oil change. So I went to one of them Jiffy Lube spots, and I was like, I'm gonna get an oil change. You need to get the oil change, do the car wash, whatever. So I went there. The guy said, man, you gonna get your oil change? I said, yeah, this regular oil is fine. I wasn't putting no synthetic, nothing crazy in there. He's like, you know what, man? If I was you though, I'll put that Honda oil in there, man. You want the specialized Honda oil? I was like, Honda oil? He's like, yeah, man, the specialized Honda oil is a little bit more, but it's better. I was like, nah, regular oil do just fine. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say that you're always going to meet somebody. If you don't know what you're talking about and you don't understand it, they're going to try to beat you in the head and get one over on you. And it's unfortunate. Not everybody can be honest like me or like you or anybody else. So just do the right thing. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I feel that people should be paid for their services and paid for their work that they do, especially for the quality of the work that they do. But to be lied to and get beat in the head because you trying to get over, I don't think that's right. You know what I mean? It's just not a good look. And I see people do it all the time. And I give y'all one last story before, I wrap this thing up. A kid hit when I had my Jeep. I had a Jeep. I leased a Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo E, and this kid rear-ended my wife and did the whole call to people. The kid gave my wife the number. I don't think she did a phone call, and I don't think did the police come. I don't remember. But anyway, long story short, the damage wasn't that bad, but it was bad enough. And the kid's father knew a guy who was a bodyman, and he's like, yo, man, don't worry about it. I'll take care of you. Just take this number down. Come to me at this place. My wife said, no, I'm not going. I said, don't go nowhere. I'll deal with it. So I ended up dealing with the kid's father, and I went to the place. The guy was a good guy, his friend. He bought the new stuff. He put my bumper back on. Everything was good to go. Good as new. But I had a conversation. The father ended up calling me because he wanted to meet up with me. And he wanted to meet up with me because he wanted me to sign some paperwork that I won't try to sue him later on. And I told him, I said, look, you have no issue with me. As long as when I take my car in for inspection for the lease, if it passes and everything's good, you are good. But if it doesn't, you guys are responsible to fix it. So anyway, we met, and he's from the islands, and we sat down, I sat in his car, we was talking. He's like, yeah, man, I just want to make sure, I know a lot of people do a lot of crazy looking different things, and, and you got to be careful because, I used to work, I used to do mechanics back home, but he's from, and he said when I came up here, I worked for a transmission spot. And I'm not going to say the name of the transmission spot, but y'all can figure it out. And he said, I used to see the people going there, and the guy will go in the back and tell the lady, like, all right, your transmission is, let's look at your transmission, because they had like a warranty program. And he'll go in the back, take out a piece from a broken transmission and bring it to the lady and say, this came off your transmission, you need to buy this thing and do that. And get over on the people just to get them to buy their service and pay extra money, right? That's wrong. And he said, I witnessed it, and I told the guy, like, man, what y'all doing? The guy's like, look, man, hush your mouth. You want to work here, you want to have a good job, this is what you got to do. Now, granted, maybe not all spots are like that, but that's not the only time I heard it. The same situation with my father's van, I told you guys the story in nauseam. that's what happened to his van. He went to the Chevy dealer. It was right around the time when the warranty's about to run out, and they kept railroading him and, you know, taking him for a song and a dance. And my dad's the type of person that once he reaches a certain plateau, he gonna let you have it. And that happened, and then they decided it wasn't working on the van, and the van sat there for a very long time. They tried to charge him storage fee, had to go to court, and they kind of just washed their hands of it. Nobody had to pay nothing. But my dad got a van that's in parts right now that's been sitting for 15 years, not running, because of that same situation that guy had. And that guy also told me another story. He had a good friend of his who was like into cars, and he had the money, and he went and got his car done. So he took his car in, some service, and one of the guys came back like, yo, man, you gotta get new brakes, you gotta get this. He's like, what? I get all this. I just paid another guy the other day to do this. He's like, yo, let me get those brake pads, because that guy probably screwed me. Let me go take it back to him. Kid went back and decides, oh, we don't know what they are. He's like, wait, hold up, you don't know what the brakes are? What do you mean? He said, when he asked the guy before, when are your pickups? Because some of these places, they have pickups where they come pick up the scrap and all the junk and take it away. And the guy said the pickup ain't come yet until later on in the week. He told the kid to go get it. Kid couldn't. He said, oh, they took it already. He said, nah, your boss told me that they didn't take it yet. It should be there. Come to find out, he realized that they was trying to play him. He's like, nah, I don't have. He made a big scene, cursed them out, and saying, you guys trying to make a fool of me, and blah, 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 and try to get over it. And the guy said, I'm so sorry. And ever since then, the guy used to come there every time to get his car serviced for free, because they didn't want him to expose them. So I'm just saying that it's unfortunate, we as car enthusiasts and people who like cars, that if you're not that handy, that people try to take advantage. And it's always good to learn, at least learn it. Like I tell my brother, he not into cars like that, but I wanted to know like certain things, like so people can, you know, fleece him. You know, my brother went and got tires for his car. He went like, oh, I'm gonna get these Pirellis for like this Ultima that he ain't need to get Pirellis for. But I said that to say, even though it was on sale, but I just say this. I'm saying all this pretty much just so like, look, you may not be a handy person, you may not want to be a guy who gets your hands dirty, but at least know the value of stuff, and at least know what certain things are. So when people come in like, yo, man, your flux capacitor is not working, that's going to be $2,000. You can know that this ain't Back to the Future, and my car doesn't have a flux capacitor, is what I'm saying. So pretty much just, you know you can hold yourself, so you can know what's going on, so nobody can kind of gas you. And that's pretty much this whole conversation, because, you know, it's funny in some light because people try to play you, but it's not funny because there are some innocent people out there who get taken for a ride and spend an enormous amount of money for no reason, just because a mechanic who is shady is doing something grimy. You know what I mean? So just beware out there, and just, you know, try to figure out and learn about your platform, whatever it may be, the best you can, so that you won't get got. And anyway, I want to thank you guys for listening to my little story time vlog and driving time vlog. I want to thank you guys for the support. A lot of you guys gave me some encouraging words from the last video. A lot of you guys, I was surprised to, you know, to hear the positive feedback, and, you know, how some of the videos that I had helped you guys. I really do appreciate hearing those things. If you feel that there's other things you would like to talk about, other things you'd like to see me do on my car, let me know. I mean, I'm not like a DIY, like I am a person to do it, but as far as instructionally showing you guys, it may not be the most, you know, fluent, because I'm learning on the fly as well. I'm learning these different things, different techniques to get certain things done. So just let me know. I want to thank again, like I said, I want to thank you guys again for watching. I want to thank you guys again for, you know, listening. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And there'll be more coming, a lot more, especially when I'm start picking up this, you know, learning how to weld and all the other stuff that needs to be done in the car. So again, thanks again. Take care, and God bless.